1997 will be the year sports historians look back upon and say, that was the year the Giants put it all together. That was the year they added to their arsenal the boys of FCB. And now, for the starting lineup. Leading things off is Jack Boland, president and official Big Stick of Foot Cone and Belding, San Francisco. A San Francisco native, Jack spent his childhood watching Willie Mays and Willie McCovey smash homers into the windy, opened outfield of Candlestick Park. Jack's playing days ended, however, at Marin Catholic High, where his catching prowess earned him the nickname Backstop Boland. Since then, Jack has put together an impressive 17-year advertising career at FCB, including fielding positions as VP of Operations in San Francisco, Executive VP of North American Operations, and ultimately President and General Manager of FCB San Francisco. Way to go, Backstop. How about that? Next up is Bill Daly, Senior Vice President, Director of Sports Marketing. Bill knows Michael Jordan. Say no more. For 11 years, Bill ran Gatorade's advertising and sports marketing while at Bayer Best Vander Walker and Quaker Oats Company in Chicago. His team leadership helped build Gatorade sales from $90 to $750 million. Hey, how about that? Bill's also an accomplished negotiator in the sports marketing arena and has closed deals for Gatorade with all the major professional leagues. Now, Bill heads up FCB's sports marketing division, championing the marketing efforts of Dockers Golf, Power Bar, Goldwyn Golf, and Harbinger. And as you can see, Bill really wants to be a Giant. In the third slot is 9-year veteran Keith Bruce, Vice President and Manager of Sports Marketing. When Keith's not trying to improve his 4 handicap or outside jump shot, he's running our Goldwyn Golf and Dockers Golf accounts. Keith spent his last 3 years building the Gatorade and Wilson Sporting Goods businesses as an account supervisor at Bayer Best. Before that, Keith worked at Leo Burnett on Philip Morris and 7-Up. And before that, he was at the University of Illinois, the Fighting Illini, where he graduated summa cum laude and still played 36 holes a week. Pretty smooth, Bruce. Batting cleanup for the FCB boys is Bob Dorfman, senior copywriter, sports analyst. That's right, throws right, writes left and right. How about that? Dorfman, a KG veteran of the ad game, joined FCB San Francisco in 1989 and has since become one of the most versatile players on the team. Not only does he hammer out award-winning advertising for Levi's Jeans for Women, Levi's 501, and Original Coors, he's also a nationally recognized sports analyst and author of FCB's Marketers Professional Scouting Report, an in-depth analysis of the endorsement potential of pro and Olympic athletes. This kid shows plenty of range. Dorfman's 18-year career includes stints at FCB Chicago, TFB, BBDO in Silicon Valley, and at Dentsu Advertising in Tokyo, where he developed a strange affinity for eating raw fish at ball games. A new trend, Bob. How about that? Next up, Senior Vice President, Group Creative Director, Brian Bacino. It was the bottom of the 8th and the first game of a crucial Atlantic 10 doubleheader against Penn State. You know, the Nittany Lions. Temple University's legendary coach, Skip Wilson, examined his roster, peered down his bench, and spotted his sophomore backup first baseman, Brian Bacino. He called Bacino over. The enthusiastic lefty hustled over, his heart pounding with anticipation. Skip then slipped Bacino $50 and sent him to the store for between-game sandwiches, thus launching a career in advertising. Hey, how about that? Bacino has become one of FCB's youngest and more outrageous creative directors, creating award-winning advertising for Levi's 501s and Dockers Nice Pants. Bacino's 10-year career also includes stops at Lintus, New York, where he worked on Johnson & Johnson, IBM, and Coca-Cola, and at DMB&B St. Louis, where he created ads for and drank plenty of Budweiser, the king of beers. Last but not least is Senior Vice President, Group Creative Director, Stephen Vaughn. It was a gala party for the National Sports Magazine in New York City. The place was packed to the rafters with sports celebrities and gawkers. As the evening's festivities commenced, Frank DeFord announced the sports celebrities in attendance. Patrick Ewing, Mark Messier, Magic Johnson, Al Toon, John McEnroe. As each name was announced, DeFord would shake hands with them at the podium in front of the adoring crowd. Then, Frank announced the next person, the next name that shook Fong like a Barry Bonds homer, Steve Sachs. Now, Being a Dodger hater from birth, Fong saw his chance. From the safety at the back of the crowd, Fong pursed his hands together and yelled, "Hey, Saxy, throw me a souvenir!" only to come face to face with a very irate and a very large Steve Sax. After recovering from the Sax beating, Fong began the winding road toward advertising nirvana. He spent stints at Chiat Day, BBD&O, and Foot Cone Building on such diverse accounts as Reebok, Levi's, General Electric, Dockers Khakis, Mountain Dew, and Pepsi. So there they are, the boys of FCB. Creative, enthusiastic, experienced, and with the full realization that creating great advertising for the Giants is as close to pro ball as they'll ever get.